Welcome back to my channel where we discuss problems that face the black community today. Alright, so I'd like to touch on a topic that just all alone, myself personally, I can see that the impact of the past circumstances that the black people face as a whole still has an impact on them today. It still affects them today. And you know, I feel like right now that there is some type of wind in the air where like people don't want you to actually acknowledge that or accept that. They just want you to overlook that and just keep moving forward. And I don't understand how that's possible, you know, because the circumstances from the past were detrimental, terrible circumstances. You know, some of them leading up to like current situations. You know what I'm saying? I don't gotta speak about them, like we all know. You know, so like as a man, when you subconsciously have to walk around in fear, you know, especially when you are alone, you know, just because of your color, you know, when you in certain areas or when you like around a certain number of police officers or anything like that, man, that's just freaky, all right? And I don't know no one else in this country that understands how that shit feel other than black men and black women, you know what I mean, because of the things that we went through. But people want us to ignore that shit and act like don't, you know, let go of your problems, and you can't think about that if you want success and all this crap. You know, all that's a whole bunch of crap, all right? Because even when you maintain a certain level of success and you come from a poor community, you're gonna have so many people trying to cut in. The shit is gonna stress you out. It's gonna be so much stress that you're gonna encounter on your road to success. Because if you notice, you don't even have to be successful. You could just be making moves and just getting a little bit of buzz. You know, shit start changing. People start acting different. That's just how it is when you come from the bottom and you're dealing with people who doesn't have anything. That's why I personally be sometimes thinking that we were set up to fail. You know, because it's like you were, you know, first of all, you had to deal with the racism, you know, you being less human and all that stuff, your peoples telling you not to trust these people and the things they went through, the horrific stories that they went through in the past. You know, some of us didn't go through as half of the things as our grandparents and other people went through. However, we have went through some things that are similar, just not as tragic. But, you know, it's like they want us to move forward without acknowledging that shit and accepting that shit. I don't know how we supposed to do that, my people, but I guarantee you this. If you try to do that shit, it's not going to work, all right? Because it's just not. You're going to have to make sure that you are prepared for all situations, you know, to hit you. And you have to make sure that you actually assess everything to like make sure that you're okay and prepared for success. Because there's so many negative encounters on the way that if you're not prepared, it's going to like, it can mess you up. And it can cause a roadblock that you may not be prepared for mentally. And some people don't know how to handle it when things don't go right, when things fall apart. You know, especially coming from a background of habitual behavior surrounding that circumstance alone. You know, bad coping skills. A lot of people from low-income communities have bad coping skills. So if you don't work on all of this shit in the process of you obtaining success, you're going to be fucked, all right? Because you got to be prepared for the worst. Because they're going to attack you, they're going to put you down, there's going to be all types of things that you're going to have to deal with while you all motivated, coming up with all them great ideas, putting together plans and trying to make a way for you to get out of that situation. All right, that's just how it is. That's why people who come from overseas, they become more prosperous and more successful than we do right here in our own country, because they don't have to deal with that shit. They don't got their whole family you know what I'm saying, right there, pressing them out and all types of other type of child, it's a big difference. You're able to focus for real and do what you gotta do. You know, you can send a little money. Hey, that's all I got for you right now. But like when you right here and you in the mix and everybody is together, you can't do that. You ain't gonna be able to lie. They're gonna be able to see it. They're gonna be watching your ass. You could be broke for 1 week, right? And if you go spend some money that next week, they saw that shit. They wanna know where you got that money from. They be watching you like shit. It's so hard. It's so hard, but I'm telling you, it's like, you know, I don't know why it's that way, but people don't know how to mind their business, especially poor people. That's just how it is. You know what I mean? So you have to try to be as secretive as you could be. You have to try to be as to yourself as possible. Like, try to keep as many people out of your business. Don't show off a whole lot of shit. You know, but it's like, it's crazy, the circumstances that you face when you want to do better, coming from the black community. You know, so just be aware, all right? Because I've been watching these videos. There's been a lot of recommendations on going in monk mode. Y'all know what monk mode is. Y'all been locked up a lot of times. Y'all get locked up, you come home. We get locked up, we come home. Or go in rehab, same shit. It's all the same. You come home, you get back around the influences that you were around, and if you're not prepared, you fall back down into your old ways, and then you end up losing everything that you worked so hard to build. So you got to approach things from all angles, you know. And the last thing that I would want anybody to do is to feel like I'm discouraging them from being able to, you know, be successful or whatever. Like, there's no discouragement involved. All I'm saying is prepare yourself for the worst times and the worst moments to come your way, even when you're doing your best and trying your best, because it's going to happen. And you're going to have people trying to bring you down. It's just how it is. So you're going to have to be prepared, because you're going to come across a lot of hate, you know. And then when you got that positive energy, right, and you're encountering so much hate, it's going to throw you off. You're not going to understand it. Like, hold up, what's going? It's going to mess you up. So you're going to have to be able to handle that shit and not let that shit throw you off track, and keep on course. And that's all I wanted to let you know in reference to the monk mode and what you got to deal with in reference to coming out of monk mode and being around, you know, your community, because you're gonna encounter that shit. Trust me. Peace.